Hello everybody and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy and I am so happy that you're joining me for this special reading for anyone who is the sun sign of Gemini. Now I did this last month I did a reading for the 7 chakras, and that reading is still good. It's good for 3 to 4 months. I haven't decided if I'm going to redo it again in 3 months or 4 months, but I am going to redo that one again. And the same with this one. And then next month on August the 1st, I'll do a different one for Gemini. So anyway, this month for July, and actually it's going to be good for at least July, August, and September. This is for connecting to your spirit guides, okay? Now, before we get started, let's knock out the housekeeping. I'm not going to go into what's on sale and all that because, I mean, it's more than, like I said, this is good for August and September as well. I just want to say, if you have not subscribed to the channel, if you would consider doing so, I would greatly appreciate it by smashing that subscribe button. We show YouTube that we are going to beat their stupid algorithm. In their algorithm, it's based off of number of subscribers and watch time. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I don't know what happens then. I think one of the things is that, it turns off commercials in the middle of your videos. So that would be outstanding if we could get rid of that, because I was actually doing one of my own meditations the other day and I got a stupid commercial in the middle of it. So anyway, sorry, don't mean to go on a rant. Smash that subscribe button, turn off notifications. You can turn off the notifications to my channel. It does not offend me. It does not hurt my feelings. It doesn't do anything. But subscribe. So in advance, thank you. Now normally, this is if you're new, if you watch the channel regularly, you already know this. I always have a crystal that I pull for that specific reading that I'm drawn to. And for you guys, Gemini, I was drawn to Super 7. And this is beautiful Super 7. Normally I have a crystal, a Super 7 sphere, but I actually have it on my nightstand. I've been doing some lucid dreaming work, really trying to attach, really open myself up to receiving messages in my dreams. And Super 7, it's a great crystal. It's made of 7 different crystal minerals, and it is just a powerful, beautiful, but powerful crystal. But I was drawn to pull that for you guys. At the time of this recording, I do have it in my store, but I don't have a lot of pieces, so by the time you're watching this, you may have missed out. So if you need Super 7, check out my store, yournaturalhealer.com/products. All right, so I'm going to draw 5 cards from the traditional tarot deck, and we're going to go over some questions about our spirit guide. And then I'm going to draw kind of one, it's not super shadowy, but it is kind of shadowy. But one card of something that you can, that you need to focus on. All right. So I'm going to start shuffling. Let me clear these cards first of any negative energy. They have been cleaned with sage. I cleaned with sage in between every reading, but sound is just a wonderful way of clearing negativity. Sound's still going. Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to start shuffling. Now, remember, Gemini, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, please don't get frustrated. Come back and watch it, whether it's in a week or a month. Like I said, this is good for a couple months. Come back and watch it, and you may go, okay, this makes so much sense. And also, like I said, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate. If you want a personal reading, again, if you go to yournaturalhealer.com/services, there's so much available. Different packages, different lengths, different prices. Check it out. And if you don't see something on there, ask. Shoot me an email. Send me a message. I would, the worst I'm going to do is say, no, I can't do that, If it does resonate with you though, guys, take your right hand, place it on your heart, take a deep breath in and say, yes, 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 I claim this for myself, okay? My shuffling is like really terrible. My hand is hurting. I have issues with my cervical spine, and it affects my right hand really bad, and I am right-handed. Whoops, those are the bells. All right. So I'm going to shuffle this way off camera, because if I do it on camera between my hands and watching through the camera, cards will be all over everywhere, and it looks like I'm doing a magic trick rather than doing a professional tarot reading. And we don't want that, huh? You're not here to see a magic show. You're here to hear about connecting to your specific guides. All right. I'm going to draw 5 cards, and I'll fix them nice and pretty. In case I have any OCD people out there, like when my husband, he'll watch my videos and be like, oh, the cards were crooked. Okay, you know what? I am in my meditation room with my cell phone. I don't have a producer and a budget and lighting and microphones, so I give it my best. All right. Okay, Gemini, are we ready? All right. Now, one of the things I want you to remember really quickly is that we have a whole team of guardian angels. From the time that we're conceived, we are first given our guardian angel, and our guardian angel is with us throughout our life. And as we move through our life, we pick up different types of spirit guides. It can be spirit animals, galactic guides. You could have work angels, elementals. It just depends. There's a whole legion of angels. There's a hierarchy, and there's just so many. And we have a big, big team. Some of them never make themselves even known to us. They kind of work in the shadows. And sometimes we only ask our guardian angel for help. We don't even acknowledge the other ones, and that's okay. We're all on different paths. So let's first see what card represents the guide that we are talking to and dealing with today. And you got the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Very interesting, Gemini. Oh, this guide is very, very, very special, actually. And I know from the card, seeing swords in the back, it's not a pretty looking card. But in this context, this is a guide who deals with, unfortunately, near-death experiences, but also out-of-body experiences, astral travel, possibly lucid dreaming, but definitely if you've been through a near-death experience, this guide is definitely there. Or if you've had any kind of weird, you're like, oh my God, I'm having a weird out-of-body experience. Or if you try, or if you've done astral travel, this is the guide. If you've been thinking about astral travel, make sure you call on your guide, your astral travel guide, to be with you as you travel. Okay. Now, I'm not saying just go to sleep tonight and just start trying to astral travel. You know, there's things that you need to do to protect yourself. But if you are somebody that does astral travel, call in on your guide. And again, like I said, this card it covers a couple of months. So, maybe even next month, you're going to have some kind of out-of-body experience or something. This guide is the guide that's coming through right now. Okay? All right, well, let's see what he has to say. He, she, they don't really have biology. They're not human like we are. We just, with, spirit guides and things like that, we humanize them a lot. Anyway, let's see the second card. This is the message that this particular guide is trying to give you right now at this exact moment. Okay, great card. Three of Cups. Three of Cups is all about celebration. Um, getting together with friends. Maybe you've had some kind of experience, some outer body experience of something of that nature, and it's made you kind of question things in your life or make you realize maybe you're taking things for granted. But this guide is saying, you know what? You need to kick back, get with friends, can be family too, but go celebrate something. And if you have nothing to celebrate, go celebrate that the sun is shining. And if it's raining, then go celebrate that it's raining. Go find a reason, as silly as it can be. You can get on the, like I have a calendar page I go to for my website, and I try to share some like cool holidays that, it's not like 4th of July and things like that. Maybe it's National Pancake Day. Well, if that's the case, go out and get some darn pancakes. Celebrate. Your guide is wanting you to know you need to go celebrate, because while maybe, and you might not have even realized, that's another thing with this card. You may not realize, or like I said, if this is something that hasn't happened yet, that's going to happen next month, you might not even realize that you had a near-death experience. That happens a lot of times. First thing I think of is like people with sleep apnea. They stop breathing in their sleep. Maybe you stopped breathing long enough that almost, and you might not even realize that. So I think that for those of you that don't astral travel and haven't had any kind of outer body or near-death experience, that in your case, you probably don't even realize that it happened. All right. But regardless, this guy is saying, get out there, enjoy life, enjoy the people in your life, enjoy the people, celebrate with them, let them know you love them, go have fun with them, okay? Because you never know when your time is up. All right, so let's move on to that's pretty basic. Go have fun. The next card is something that this guide has been trying to convey to you, but you've been ignoring. You've just been like, nope, not hearing it. I don't care. Nope. And he really wants you to know you need to hear this. He's giving you this for a reason. And the Knight of Swords. Okay. The Knight of Swords is all about you're thinking really fast. You've got a lot of decisions or a lot of ideas. And this guide, again, he's telling you, don't wait. Don't sit there and say, well, you know what? I don't have enough money. If you're trying to start your own business, I don't have enough money yet. Well, you got to spend money to make money. You got to take a chance sometimes. And he's telling you, you don't keep your life on hold, okay? Move forward. Be like the sword, the knight with the sword. He's charging forward in the battle. He is ready to go for it. And this guide is telling you, go for it. However, the message that he is also conveying with this is that while, yes, you need to go for things, stop putting your life off, you need to make sure that you're doing your due diligence. Because if you just charge forward without putting thought into things, like say you want to own your own business, okay? And you go, okay, well, I'm going to own one of the honing pigeon business. You really think that's going to be successful? Maybe that is. I don't know. But how many people do you know communicate with homing pigeons? Okay. So if you go and sell your house and pull all your savings out to go invest in this, it's probably not the wisest decision. Okay. So that's what this card is saying. He's saying to get off your butt and go for it. If you want it, go for it. But make sure you do your due diligence. Don't just charge into it without going, okay, what if this, what if that? You know, any military battle in any country in the world, they are strategically planned, you know, and whether win or loss, you know, one side has strategized better than the other, but they formulate a plan, you know, how many troops they need, where they're coming in, what time of day, what day, you know, how much ammunition they need, what kind of weapons, all of these things. And that's the same thing that you're being told here, is that, well, yes, you need to go for it. You need to have a plan. So once you have that plan, go for it. Don't let nothing hold you back, but make sure you have that plan in action beforehand. Life is short. If you keep putting things off, Gemini, you're going to miss the boat. And that is what they are trying to tell you. This guide is trying to tell you, don't miss the boat. We only get this lifetime once. But just do your homework first. Great card, though. Great card. All right, card number 4 is how you can be more open to receiving messages in the future. And like I said with this message, you've been seeing the message and something presents itself and you go, well, no, stop, okay? And you've seen the message. You're just ignoring it. You're choosing to ignore it. And he's getting a little upset with that. So don't ignore it. All right, so how can you be more open? Okay, you got the King of Cups. Cups is about emotions. Cups is also about intuition. And this is it. You need to trust your intuition. That is how you're going to open yourself up with this. And the fact that I said that this particular guide is dealing with out-of-body experiences, it could be on the cusp of lucid dreaming as well. And that is how we do receive signs. So pay attention to your dreams. You may want a dream journal. If you don't know anything about dream journals, if you go to, excuse me, my playlist, Tuesday's Enlightenment. I haven't done a Tuesday's Enlightenment for a while. I just got way busy with the crystal, the Your Natural Healer store, that I have not been able to do the Tuesday's Enlightenments. But I did one called Spiritual Journals, and I go over dream journals. I would highly recommend that for you. And you can also, if you do practice astral traveling, write that down in there. Keep track of it. If you are into lucid dreaming, I had a dream about this, so I am going to do it, Gemini. And I'm going to do, it won't be on YouTube, it'll be on my educational website, which is lotuscenter.online. I am going to offer a workshop on how to lucid dream in like 10 days. So just be on the lookout if that's something you're interested in. However, in the meantime, trust your intuition. We all have it. And I didn't even think of that. That's so funny that, we pulled this because of the fact this crystal works really well with our third eye, which has to deal with intuition. Trust your intuition. I would, if you have Super 7, work with this energy for a little bit. If not, like I said, at the time of recording, I do have it in the store, but I would do some meditating, with your third eye chakra. If you need Reiki, you can always reach out to me. I do have 30-minute Reiki sessions. I could focus just on your third eye chakra if you need work with that. But you have lots of messages coming through, but you need your intuition open to be able to receive those messages. And just because you receive them, though, I will tell you this, doesn't mean you understand them. And that is so frustrating. Trust me. Like, I'll have dreams or I'll see signs and I write it all down. I'm like, what did that mean? Sometimes we never know. Sometimes it's way after the fact, but just, write it down. Trust your intuition. It's not going to steer you wrong. You just have to believe in yourself, Gemini. We all have that ability. All right, the final card is, what is this guide helping you with on your current path? All right. And the Emperor. Okay, so you are neglecting your spiritual path. And that's what he really wants you to know, that he's trying to help you with. And I'm sure you have some other guides, because like we all have a guide that helps us astral travel or lucid dream. You might have a meditation guide. Just it really depends. Like my pendulum, I have a pendulum guide that helps me when I do Reiki, or my pendulum guide will help me to answer questions and things of that nature. But he's saying you're neglecting your spiritual side, and you need to take that time out. And the nice thing about spirituality, like meditating not only connects us to the universe and our guides and spirit and God, or whatever you want to call it, but it also really helps us mentally, it helps us emotionally, and it helps us physically. It is so good for mind, body, soul meditation. But spirituality is more than just meditating. You have to do the work. You have to live a spiritual life. And I'm not saying that you need like a list to check things off, but you're neglecting your spiritual self. So that quieting your mind, 15 minutes a day can make the most wonderful, wonderful difference in the world. Maybe you're somebody that's into crystals. If you are into crystals, are you really using them properly? Because that's part of your spiritual self as well, is utilizing whatever tools you have. Because, if you're using crystals and you're not charging them and you're not cleaning them, then I'm sorry, they're nothing more than pretty shaped rocks. Okay? But don't neglect your spiritual side. You may be working out and eating right. You may be reading and taking courses, and that's wonderful. You may be seeing a therapist or have a spiritual advisor or a friend to talk to. Those are all wonderful things that you're doing. But think of a tripod. You've got, like my crystal ball holder. Physical, emotional / mental, and spiritual. If you're doing the physical and the mental, emotional, but you're not doing the spiritual, that leg's going to be gone and the ball's going to roll off and break. And it's the same with you. All right? So don't ignore it. You have to do it. And I'm hearing, well, I don't have 15 minutes a day. I'm super busy. Are you really? How much time do you spend on Netflix in a day? Or pull up your cell phone. Go on the Facebook. I know Facebook has a counter that'll tell you how much you've been on Facebook in a day. I don't know too much about Instagram. And then there's Snapchat. I don't do Twitter. Or I have Twitter for the business, but I don't do nothing with it. And I really don't do anything with Instagram. What's the other one that everybody's on that the government's trying to get rid of? Oh, TikTok. I will not get on TikTok just because of the security issues. Being both me and Ed being ex-military, I won't do TikTok. But anyway, I know even my phone, like every Sunday, my phone I get this notification on my phone that says, you've spent an hour less on your phone this week, or you've spent 48 minutes more on your phone this week. And that's kind of eye-opening. So you figure if you spent a whole extra hour on your phone in a week, 15 minutes a day, which 10 minutes, I 15 because you need to ground yourself. There's 4 meditation sessions right there. And I'm not saying don't get on Facebook and don't do social media or watch Netflix and all that. I'm not saying that at all. But when you really boil down to it, you have 15 minutes. We all do. So don't neglect your spiritual side. Trust me, it will make every other part of your life utterly awesome. All right, let's go ahead and pull. This is the Lantern Oracle deck, and I just wanted to pull one card from this for you to kind of give you, like I said, it is a shadow deck, but like I have two like really dark shadow decks. They're not like evil dark. They're just, you know, in your face. It's not, normally oracle decks are angels and unicorns and rainbows, and the what I call shadow decks or darker decks are more the in your face, you know, hey, you need to face this or what have you. So I like these decks from time to time because they sometimes, you know, like I said, they make us look at things that otherwise we wouldn't necessarily be open to looking at. All right, so we're just going to take the card from the top. All right, so Gemini, you guys had a pretty good reading, actually. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, this is a pretty card. She looks like a Viking warrior. And it says radical honesty. I'm going to try to read this through the camera. And I can't. Hold on one second, please. It says, to believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial. Ooh. So again, to believe in the facade is to suffocate. So what in your life aren't you being honest about? Is it your spirituality that you just don't have time? Is it what, you know, your guide is telling you that you've been ignoring, you know, that you need to just go for it? But only you're going to know the answer to this question. And this is a hard one, because being honest with ourselves sometimes can suck, because usually, you know, it hurts if we're trying to say that maybe we're too much of a bully, or, you know, maybe we're not active enough and, you know, it's going to lead to health problems. Radical honesty. What are you not facing? Only you're going to be able to answer this question. If I were you, I would, when you're doing it, I would meditate on this. This is going to come deep from the heart chakra. This is all heart chakra right here, looking deep inside yourself. You need to be compassionate when you're with yourself when you look at this type of thing, because when we are really honest with these really deep, shadowy things, sometimes we can be really super hard on ourselves. So be compassionate towards yourself, be loving, you know, be empathetic, but at the same time, you need to be honest. And whatever this is, once you're honest with yourself, you can work on it. You're not going to fix it overnight. You know, it doesn't happen like that. You know, so what am I talking about? But let's use the example of somebody's health. Let's say somebody, I don't know, oh, they've got high blood pressure. What's the other one? Cholesterol, high cholesterol. You know, their doctor's telling them, oh, you need to eat right, exercise, lose some weight, and blah, 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 blah. And you're just not, well, I'm fine. But deep in you, you know you're not. But yet you're not being honest with yourself. You're living this facade that there is nothing wrong, and you can take all the pills in the world and it's going to catch up with you. Okay? So that's what this is kind of talking about, that whatever you're not honest with about yourself, it's going to catch up with you, whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It could be a combination or all of them. But again, Gemini, only you know this, and this is something that's not going to heal overnight. This is something you may have to work on. It could be for a year. But you need to be honest with yourself. Because seriously, if you can't be honest with yourself, how can you expect you to be honest with anybody else, or how can you expect people to be honest back to you? So whatever this is, journal on it, meditate on it. You got this. Just, make sure that you're not neglecting your spirituality. All right, Gemini. Well, I really appreciate you watching this. Please make sure you subscribe. If you are interested in any physical products, crystals, sage, essential oils, you can check out the store. The links are all below for everything. If you want some services, again, YourNaturalHealer.com. And if you are interested in some spiritual courses, there are free. Most of the free ones are available here on YouTube as well. But there are free ones, but the paid ones, they're at lotuscenter.online. So I hope to see you at our weekly reading. And then next month in August, I will see you for whatever reading I'm called to do for the zodiac. So Gemini, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.